folks. Hopefully this recording works and doesn't become corrupted like the other ones. Today we're looking at Balsamiq Mockup version 3, and this is just to do a simple low-fidelity wireframe for a website. So, starting off, this is when you boot up Balsamiq, this is what you get. As you can see, it's the 30-day trial version of the premium. Let me just go about and you'll see. So you got version 3.5.15 is the one we're on Windows 10. If we look at the first thing we're going to do is throw a browser in. So let's grab browser. So web page is the title, so we'll call it not very original, but my website title. Cormac. Okay, and then hitting enter. Oh, sorry, let's add new lines. Once we've got the title and the web address in, I'm going to click over here in the white space, and there we go. You can see that the URL has been populated within the sketch drawing, and the my website title has been filled in as well. You can put anything you want in there. I'm just going to resize this for the moment. Let's say 1024 by 768 is generally a good size if I can get it in this one screen. No. There we go. Oh, blimey. No, I don't. I'm scrolling at the moment. Let's just go down to one of. It doesn't need to be exact, actually, so I will stop wasting time and just leave it at that. Okay, cool. So now that we've got our kind of template outline for what we want on our website, the main thing is what we put in the content of our website for this low fidelity wireframe. First thing we're going to kick off is, let's say we want a menu bar. Now again, look, I've gone under common here in the tab, but you could go under buttons and you'll see button bars there. If I went under assets, there's nothing at the moment loaded in. Big, we have some charts and such. All will list everything. Quite a long scroll bar across. Common is a good place to start. If I want icons, for example, I can find some there. For iOS, there's some ones specific to iOS. If you're doing for app design or showing a website and an app. Oh, actually, yeah, V-scroll bar. Let's add that. Let's chuck that into the side there. I just might move that a little bit. There we go. See the way a nice grid view locks it on? I'm just going to expand this up. And I'll expand this down here. Okay, perfect. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, let's see, I don't want markup. I'll just go back to common, and I'm going to pick menu bar. Oh, sorry, not menu bar. What we want, so menu bar would be more like if you had an application. Let me select that and pressing the delete key on the keyboard deletes that. I'm going to go to buttons, and then you'll see button bar. That's the one I want, so I'm going to put one up here. And see that the values are separated by a comma. So if I put in home, comma, let's say sign in, comma, sign out, that's that done. Click off. There you go. It's made the buttons, and because we put the comma, it's already separated them. The nice thing here is we can put links on this as well. So this is the home page. So for example, home has no links, so we can say home will link to a, well, in fact, it links to this, links to, well, using another app, I'll do that. I'll say this is no link. Oh yeah, so the selection at the moment, I've got it selected to home just to highlight that we are on home. If I wanted to, I could say none, remove that, but considering this is the home page, I'm not going to link back to ourselves, I'll just leave it as home. For a sign-in page though, if I had, for example, sign-in, I could go here and I could select mockups. So mockups here in the left, under this side here. I've only got one at the moment. I can either create a new one by clicking this plus sign up here, new mockup, as you can see, or using the link, I can select to create a new mockup. To make life easier, I could go link to a new duplicate of this mockup, which will create in a sign-in named after the button, which is a lot easier. If I click on this, you'll see that it's actually got the template that we've already used so far. So a nice way of having the overview of the website or web browser being viewable. So for the moment, let's change this now that we're on the sign-in page. Look over here on the left to make sure you're in the right mockup. I'm going to say that the selection is sign-in. And And let's say we want some text. So, text, there we go. Text, and in fact, I think there's big text we can have as a title rather than a label. Do they have that here? Yeah, here we go, title. I'm going to drag that in, slap in the middle, and I'll just call it sign in. Oops, there we go. Oops. I clicked the keyboard a bit too quick there. There we go. Sign in. Perfect. Now you can resize this. You can move it up here. I mean, nice grid view will show that that's the center of the screen. So let's have that. Now for buttons, there's nothing there. If I go common, I might be able to find one already created. Nope. In terms of containers, the likes of smartphones and stuff can be created. Forms. Okay, so what I want now is a sign-in form, so I could have just a form value, like a text input, for example, here. This version doesn't have the same input as before, so I'll just chuck this in here. Let's call it username. Hit enter. There we go, that saves. Going to size it slightly bigger. And I'm going to center line it as well, just underneath that. Perfect. Now, on the right here, you'll see that we can edit the properties of this particular mockup item that we've put in. So, for example, if I wanted center line username, and if I wanted to increase the font to 15, for example, and maybe make it bold if I wanted, or italic, I can do such things as that. Again, because it's low fidelity, you don't need to worry about colors and such. That's just making it a bit easier, the grayscale effect there, to make it easier to view. Now, if I click off this, now again, sorry, actually, before I do, see the sizes here? I can change the XY position and size, or I can manually drag it around. If you want to be very specific on the size, you could change that to, let's say, 200. And you can see how it changes. But as it is, I'll actually drag it back down to the grid view layout because it seems to be more visual. Now, once I click off, you'll see now that I am on the browser settings, because that's the overall image I've clicked. If I click the white space off it, now I'm in overall for the mockup. So let's see. I've got username. What I'm missing is a password. So let's add that there. Password. Enter. And I want this to be center-lined and nice spacing there. The grid providing a nice, easy way of getting things aligned correctly, as you can see. Oh yeah, password now needs to be center-aligned as well. And I can't remember what I had for this. Was it 15? Size down here? Yeah, 15. So changing my font to bold and 15 to match. And now we'll need a button, of course, and have a, rather than a pointy button, we want just a standard button. So I'm just going to scroll over here to the left, and there's our button there on the left. So I'm going to drag that in. I'm going to put call plugin, and I'm now going to drag it in. There we go, bang in the middle of the screen. Perfect. And let's increase this a little bit. There we go. And don't make it bold. State. We can say it's in focus. If we wanted to say that the item was being collected, or we can just leave it normal for the moment. Different states there, basically user interaction. At what point is that button being reacted by a user? Is it clicked? Is it in focus? I.e., have they pressed tab to highlight that button? There we go. So we've got a sign-in page there, for example. Now, what we might do is when this button is clicked, that it will go to another page. But for the moment, let's make sure these two buttons are working here. We won't bother doing a sign-out page at the moment. So let's click home. So home has no link at the moment. I want home to go to a mockup. To go back to this button here. It's the only way to access it. And sign in is basically to itself. What I'm actually do is I might rename this. I'm right-clicking, clicking rename, and I'm going to just select this home. Rename. There we go. So going back into sign in, I'm selecting the bars up here. It's already selected. And rather than going back, which is a function that whatever page was on before, whatever mockup it was on before, it'll go back to that. I'm actually going to manually select home. So now wherever in the flow that this page or mockup is reached, if somebody hits home, it's going to go back to this mockup here. Nice way to quickly test that if we wanted to. Hit this play button on the right here. This will go full screen, and you can see I'm starting off in my home page. There's not much going on at the moment, so you can see home. Click it. See the way there's a little hint to say that's also a link. So if I click on sign in, it takes me to a sign in page. I've got my button here and stuff, not doing anything because I haven't programmed it. If I click back on home, the way sign in is highlighted there. When I hit home, home is highlighted, and now we're on the home page. Perfect. So pressing the escape key or using this mouse up here, I can minimize that back to edit mode. Okay, so let's say I now want a banner to go across the very top of the page. That will be an image, so let's go media, and let's select our image and drag that in, and we'll call this my main banner. Okay, you can call it whatever. And let's say I want this to be fairly sizable the whole way across the page. And I want it to be kind of there. Oh, not so much, a little bit of white space. Let's try and drag you over here. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, now there's my banner, my image, but you might have noticed the buttons here have been covered because this is being placed last, and so it's placed on top of whatever we've placed before. What we want to do here is right-click the banner. Oh, just make sure it's selected. Notice there that I actually had the browser selected as last. So when I right-clicked, no matter where I right-clicked, I was actually messing with the browser. You can tell by the white dots in the corners what you've selected. So I'm going to click the banner to make sure I selected it. There you go. See the white dots is around the banner. I'm not going to right-click the banner. And what I want to do now is send backwards. I can send to the very back, but if I did that, it will be behind the browser and it won't be visible at all. But if I go send backward, it will only go one step back, which is behind our buttons that we've added previously. Okay, so in that case, I've got my buttons, I've got my banner, happy days. Now let's see what my site needs. Well, maybe a shopping cart would be nice. I can go to symbols and sorry, icons. What am I saying? I can go at icons, and you can see shopping cart is there. Now there is a lot of icons here. Lots and lots and lots. My internet connection is a bit slow for Citrix to load these now, but if I hit search, there we go, quick add. And if I went shop, you can see the different options that come up: shopping bag, shopping basket, shopping cart down arrow, shopping cart, add to shopping cart, for example. In this case, I think we'll use just shopping cart because it's not a product that we're adding. So we're going to, so I click that, and I'm going to bring it in here. I'm going to bring it over here to our top right, I think. And that might be a bit too big. So what we can do here is if we select our shopping cart, you can see the icon sizes are here. So if I wanted it to get larger, I can. If I wanted to go medium, small, I can do that as well. You'll notice there's no sizing options like you saw on other items. So if I, for example, let's say medium. Yeah, I'll throw it up there. Now, again, your designs will probably be much better than mine, but for the sake of this, I'm just showing that that's there. I can apply a link to that icon if I wanted to go somewhere, to maybe a shopping cart page or mockup. I won't do that for the moment because I'm just demonstrating the core functionality. So far we've moved things to the back, we've created buttons, we've added links, we've added a second mockup. What else might we want to do? Oh yeah, let's say we wanted to have more buttons. So for example, a button bar, same one that we've used before, but let's say this website is to do with food. So we might provide products that the food might fall under. So if we went, let's say, stew, soup, bake, steam, and well, I suppose maybe about us page, about us. Okay, hit enter. Now you can see that's there. I'm going to resize it so it takes across the entire width of the page. There we go. Good stuff. See the way the center aligned anyway and the buttons are sized. I don't want fry automatically highlighted because we're not on the fry page, so I'm going to say none. So now it's just like our options. And what I might do underneath is have some text. So if I go to text and I can go block of text, so I can go yes, block of text that we'll have here, probably discussing what image we're going to put on our left. I could have a label above saying, boom, 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 maybe I'll put it over here. This week's recommendations. This week's recommendations, we can make it bigger, maybe up here a little bit, align it. Again, the font, we might make it bigger than the rest. Yeah, orientation, as you can see, I'll leave it as that though. I don't think messing with orientation will help too much. Boom, 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 boom. Do we want to center align it? Oh yeah, sure, why not? I could right align it. Center it for the moment. Okay. Now, perhaps this will have a carousel with lots of images underneath it rolling between different recommendations of food, for example. So carousel, is that carousel? Do they have it? Scrolling down, nothing there. Let's go to big. It's a big item. There we go. Cover flow. It's more iTunes, but it would give the idea of what it is we're trying to achieve. So in Balsamiq, if it doesn't have exactly the kind of thing that you want in your head, you can still, in a low fidelity mockup, demonstrate that it is a product carousel that you want to display by having something like this pulled down here. Let me just resize it, it's a bit smaller. I might put it there, and let's say that I want it to be a bit wider. Okay, so the idea is here we'll have an image, multiple other images, and then you can scroll through these to see recommendations, and there'll be some text here on that. Well, there you go. So that's our home page with the banner up here. Again, you could add more content if I wanted to scroll this down, and I've got a simple sign in. If I wanted to, I could click on the fry button here. Instead of a link, I can go to a link to a new mockup, or if there was an already existing mockup called fry up here, by clicking this plus, it will come up here in the top. In this case, I'm going to link to a new mockup. Actually, I'm going to link to a new duplicate, because if I do a new mockup, it will be completely blank. So I'm going to go link to new mockup. Notice it automatically calls it fry because that's the button we selected. And in this case, I'm going to very quickly select the main banner, hit delete. The cart I'm going to leave where that is, but this, I'm now going to move that up. So I'm going to move it straight up, keeping it within the grid. So in fact, I'm going to go a little bit higher. There we go. Now see again, it's covering this. So I'm going to click our basket and I'm going to bring to the front. There we go. So it overlaps that. Maybe not the best design. You might want to move it to a different location, but I'm just demonstrating that you can do that in Balsamiq Mockup 3. Now, this week's recommendations, we can get rid of that. Let's say we can get rid of our carousel, so we need that, and our text, I'll get rid of that. So now we're on the fry page, so don't forget to change home up here. We're not on home anymore, so we're going to select that none is selected. And I also want to select link, we'll go to home, and sign in, we'll go to sign in. Perfect, so that's that, those links are working. This allows people to navigate back home if they want. Now, fry. So what we're going to do here, maybe we'll have lots of images of different products. So item 1, you could use a different naming convention. Let's say we size that there. Now, if I hit Control-C, Control-V, paste another one with the exact same size, allows me to paste it in, double-clicking with the left mouse button. Oops, sorry, wrong item. Right-click even, sorry. I should be able to change the text. Again, I'm using Citrix, so it's slightly different. Apologies for this. Nope. Stop doing that. What I'm trying to do is change the item 1 which I used to know, and for some reason it's escaping me now. I actually thought it was double clicking before. Let's see, control, double click. Oh, there we go. That's what I was missing. The control key. So pressing the control key and double clicking, and I can change this to item 2. Hit enter. There we go. Notice there that I didn't actually know the answer, but by mousing over it, it told me. So sorry, I'm selecting the object, mousing over it, and don't make me a liar, it did pop up a moment ago, telling me what it was I was trying to do. Huh, strange. Okay. Oh, there we go. Double click to select image. Control plus double click, enter, or F2 to edit text. Or F2 to enter text. Okay. So that's item 3. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Let's say I'm going to have a few more items. So I'm going to put this here, here, and here, and one last one here. And if I control double click, oops, I have to double click a bit quicker. Then go item 3, control double click. Right, there we go. Item 4, control double click. Item 5, control double click. Item 6. Okay, there we go. So item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's my items. They'd be to do with fry. And maybe then I want to, let's see what other nice things we've got for our site. I might want to have text area, toolbar. I could have vertical tabs. That might look nice. Then again, if I'm going to have vertical tabs, let's say, oops, I made a mistake that I dragged the browser, so I'm just going to go up here, edit, undo move, or Control Z. If I select this and then hold down the Shift key, I can mistakenly click the browser. Hang on a sec. Clicking the white space over here. There we go. Clicking my item 1, holding down Shift, item 2, item 3. Okay, they're all selected. Now I want to move them all in one, so I'm going to drag them all across here as one. Because instead I want them on the right. There we go. It's a nice block there. And why do I on the right? Because I'm going to add some vertical tabs. So first tab, second tab. I mean, this could be to do with frying tabs, something to do with different fry options, maybe, for example. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but once I've done that, I click off. You can see there we go, different tabs. And what I might be able to do, in fact, is if I move this over this way, I actually think, yeah, let's make the items be a subset of that. So if we cover this up, there we go. Now I want to send a back one, so I'm going to send backwards. Oops, I'm going to have to send it backwards a few times. That's Control and down. So let's try that. Control down, Control down, Control down, Control down. There we go. Our 6 items on top. There you go. So a nice, quick, easy way of making a new menu system or sub-menu system. So I've got my home, sign in, sign out. I've got my main menu bar that might carry across in every single page, and then there's subcategories that could go here under fry. As you can see, there's other ones. I could go with tabs bar on top, or I could go other options. If I hit all, let's see, you've got alert boxes that's kind of for apps and stuff. Oh yeah, breadcrumbs. So if I wanted to show where in the website somebody is, I could probably position that differently, but I could put it there, for example. There you go. So breadcrumbs, nice and easy way of dropping things in. You might have a well, there's a calendar, but let's say we wanted to date selector, date picker. There we go, date chooser. So you got different options there. Let's say date chooser, for example, if you wanted to, oh, there it is in the top left. If you wanted to allow people to order a delivery item and when they wanted to order it and such, you could add stuff like that. I won't go into too much further because I didn't want this video getting too long. But you can see there, very quickly you can make a nice kind of mock-up of what your website will look like. Let me hit play there. And sorry, let me just minimize that a sec. Go back to, oh yeah, I'm on the home page. Yeah, sorry. Hit play. So this is our home page. Notice if I click somewhere, these go in red to indicate that there's links there. And if I mouse over them, see the way it goes, fry and home and such. See, there we go. So we are home. Let's check the sign-in page first. So there's the sign-in page. We haven't really built anything else behind it, but we can if we wanted to. And let's go back home. And this is our, if I hit fry, oops, have I messed up the pages? I have. How have I done that? Home is this one, fries become this. Okay, I mistakenly mixed up the pages, so I'm going to rename this as fry, because I should have done that, and this is actually the home page. Home. And am I able to drag this up to the top? I should be able to. Let me just drag it here for the moment. And I'm going to drag fry down to the bottom. There we go, home, sign in, fry. So you can see I made a mistake there, but it's easy to fix by renaming them. The links should all still work. Let's test that to see if my theory works. So here we go, we are on the home page. If I hit over here, let's see, we've got sign in. There's sign in, perfect. And if I click home, no, okay, so I need to reprogram the home links because I select them to go to the wrong mockup. So if I click home, sign in and home doesn't go anywhere. Well, it's just itself really. If I hit sign in, yeah, home still goes to fry, so I need that to go home. When I renamed, it automatically updated the links, which is a nice feature, I suppose, if you're changing the names of your mockups, but in this case, that's not what we wanted. So home, sign in, we've no sign in, and on fry, first tab, so I want home. You should always make sure that you have the links to your mockups working across. So for example, home, it's important that I get back to the home page. If I didn't have a home link to get back to the home page, I'd be stuck in this fry tab. So when people are using the mockup, they wouldn't know where to go from there. It'd be kind of stuck in the dead end, and they might not be able to view whatever mockup page you're trying to do. So here's our home page with some weekly recommendations, images in a carousel that go by, some text detailing that. There's our items below, our main banner with our shopping trolley up here, which could link to another page. Sign in link. Now takes us to a sign in page if we wanted to. Nothing really happening there, so let's go back home. And then if we click over here, I'm not sure where else we click in, so clicking the white space, it should make it go red, which it does. Oh, I forgot to put a fry link in there. Go to the fry page. So there's no way for the user to get to the fry page during that. So let me hit fry. Click here. Fry. Always run tests to make sure that your mockups are working correctly. Play. There we go. Fry goes to the fry page, whatever details I have. Click here to see what works. Okay, so I've got home fry. Hit home. There we go. I'm back to home, so I can bounce around. There you go. Very quickly, we were able to make a nice mock-up there of 3 pages. Now, if you want to export this, we're going to go to Project. You can save the project, of course, and it'll save as a BMPR file. But in this case, I want to export it for somebody else to look at. This person may not have Balsamiq installed to be able to use it. So in this case, I'm going to export to PDF. There are other options, PNG and such, if I want to just have images. But if I export to PDF, the links that I've built between the web pages, or excuse me, the mockups, will remain there. So I'm going to go export PDF. I'm going to optimize for viewing on screen. Basically, it expands it out and hides the borders. I want all mockups to be exported. Show linking hints. I could do that. Yeah, probably will actually, so it's clear where to click. Add mockup names. No, I think the rest is okay. So I'll just hit export PDF. New project PDF. My web page mockup, whatever you want to call it. .pdf, and I will save you. It's exporting. Okay. One thing to mention, actually, that's finished just before we open it. Actually, no, we'll open it first. Let's minimize view. There we go. And that's my mockup. So I'm going to open the PDF. Should take me straight to the home page first, because that's the top of my mockups list. That's why the ordering on the left there was important. See home, sign, and fry. So there you go. You can see the links are slightly highlighted, just so it's clear to whoever's looking at your mockups that that's a clickable link. So if I hit sign in, there you go. I'm in the sign in page. If I hit home, I am back home. And if I hit fry, I'm now on the fry page. And And again, Fry can go to sign in, or it can go home. Fry, and it can go home. So it's very easy for you to share your work outside of Balsamiq using PDFs to demonstrate how your website or your app might work. As you've seen here, a thing to note is because this is low fidelity wireframing, it doesn't matter so much about coloring, fonts, or the actual images themselves. I've just said here my main banner, and they're indicated by a cross. And the reason being is that you don't need to spend time doing a high fidelity mockup, which is where you'd spend more time working on the design, the layout. Sorry, not the layout, the design, the colors, and the overall theme. Whereas low fidelity is just kind of testing what the core functionality of a website might be, or whatever it is you're testing an app. Okay, I think that is everything then. So that's been Balsamiq Mockup 3, just a quick introduction on how to use it, how to create links using the options on the side when you select them, how to position and size, the layering, so whether to bring them back to the or to the front, some of the options that you can drag from the bar, from the top here, including say containers, icons and such, and exporting it as well, so other people who don't have Balsamiq can view your work. Okay, I think that's everything. Thank you for your time, and hopefully this has been some help for you. Cheerio.